you can get like stock footage.
Yeah, but I mean, if we know we're going to be shooting, I'll make arrangements for that. We don't have to worry about that.
We each have to do multiple jobs.
Right, we're going to have to wear a million hats each, but also like, we're going to need to, whoever we ask to help is going to have to be versatile. They're going to have to be able to kind of do that also. It's not just, it can't just be us, it's got to also be the people that we ask to do it with us.
It's too short of time to get other people, I feel like, and it's just easier if it's just you and me, because we can just do it. Me and my friends have always existed kind of on the periphery of the entertainment industry, and now we're stepping kind of into it. Did you bring a notebook?
You don't have anything to write on?
We've always been slightly involved, but not heavily involved, and we've decided to just like start making our own stuff and not wait to get like plucked out of obscurity, basically.
It's tracing paper. He and I have done a million smaller projects, but a huge obstacle is always, once we're done, where does it go? Other than throwing it on social media, there's no real end result for a lot of anything we do.
Oh, there's no...
Why'd you keep that?
I don't know. Basically, one of us is holding the camera. The other person is the person being filmed. So we have to create something that justifies why are we following one person around?
It's going to be really embarrassing if it seems like it's just us trading off a camera. Though.
Right. So that's what I mean. It has to be focused on one person. There has to be a reason why they're alone or whatever. Like it could be something scary, or it could be like weird, or like A24-y, where it's just like.
Well, something where like I know like not like a selfie harness, but like maybe something that kind of came around the back like a scorpion's tail, so it could shoot downwards. So we can kind of, it's kind of a different headspace visually.
Shooting wise, we have options. We have a tiny budget, so we can either rent a camera for a few days, film a scene or like a trailer or something like a proof of concept, or we can just use one of our iPhones and film a feature-length movie, and that is maybe more impressive. It's gonna have to be about something scary. These chairs...
This one, I don't know about that one. This one is terrible.
This is like incredibly distracting to me right now.
It's disruptive.
I'm gonna get different chairs. Hold on one sec. This is fucking absurd. My experience is mostly PAing in the art department on TV shows. I did the Hannah Montana movie, I was PA on that too. But I've just been around it so much, I feel like I can see where the shortcuts are. Just fucking... We don't have like a special effects thing, so if it's a horror, like we can't make someone be a killer. Also, there's no other person to kill. It's gotta be a solo thing, so it's maybe a guy like going crazy or something, something that you can be alone doing.
Maybe, if it's more of a...
These fucking suck too.
Well, these are tough. These are like founding fathers chairs. I'm probably going to take on more of the writing weight, or the burden rather. Been a writer all my life, but again, the matter of if you don't want to take things to publish, or if you don't finish things, which is more often the case, there's not a lot of measurables you can throw out there other than you write if you write.
Okay. I just turned 37, so I kind of feel like that my time is running out as far as being successful, and so there's no point in waiting on someone else to jumpstart my career. We are the creative people. We're the ones that should be kind of putting together this kind of stuff, and we should be able to be successful at this.
You write what you know, and I've chosen Fight Club for kind of the framework, because I've seen Fight Club like 200 times, or like 250 times probably. If I take my hair off and we both get huge, or one pair of huge sunglasses that we share, we can probably come off as the same person.
You know what we need to do? Smoke break.
Right?
Yeah, we need to refresh our shit. Bring the chairs though.
Which chairs?
That one, bring that one. That's the outside one.
Well, they can all be outside ones if we take them outside. If we shoot it in the city, there's too many people for it to be a solo thing unless it's isolated, which again, the Scorpion camera
But if you're walking around not interacting with someone, maybe you're invisible, maybe you're a ghost, maybe it's something where we play into that, like that no one's looking at you, no one's talking to you. Like there's something we could utilize about that maybe.
The whole time they were making Fight Club, they knew Fight Club. They knew that the whole time. I want us to be focused, and I want us to be thinking almost in a mantra-like way. A breach of decency. A breach of decency. We use the name enough and make it a home run, and that way there's no denying it.
Starting with a title is like starting a band from a band name. It doesn't.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
That doesn't. What do you mean?
That happens all the time.
Well, that's not a good way to start, I don't think.
Why? It just means you have your thing in mind.
I've PA'd on so many things that the name changes halfway through. Like the name will inevitably change.
Yeah, but
so why even have a name?
But it's such a smaller thing. We have full control. No one else is going to change the name.
They will if they buy it. They're definitely going to change the name. They're going to change everything. Will's title, A Breach of Decency, sets a certain tone that it must be about. First of all, maybe something indecent, which is. I don't know. We're not going there with that element. So I think that title does not work. I think starting with a title is not smart at all. At our disposal, we have our apartments. We have this backyard, which is not good to film in, I don't think. And we have my basement, which is...
The basement. Kind of Blair Witch.
Like, this is pretty freaky.
Immediately we go down in the basement, and I can see our Fight Club start to kind of write itself for me.
Jackpot.
Yeah, this could be like a very freaky, like murder. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's scary. I think this is really great. This is like very promising, honestly.
Yeah, I gotta walk the dog.
This location...
Fast. Soon.
Wait, what?
I gotta walk the dog soon.
You gotta go home?
Well, we can go scout over, we can location scout over there, I guess.
But even this street, you could say, is like anywhere. This could be Connecticut.
Yeah, this could be Florida, if we needed it to be.
Half the day gone.
As far as shooting here, it's a small place, but we can use it. We have daylight in 2 rooms.
So you think like you use, this will be like the place where your character is living, but then the basement, we can just, with editing, we'll splice it and make it so like the basement is your basement.
Well, we can make it so the basement, come on. The basement is the other Fight Club guy's main house, maybe.
So it's not real or it is real? We know we're making a project that's probably going to be kind of a dark, scary, or maybe not scary, but an eerie kind of film is kind of where we're landing recently. He had some writings he brought to me. I had some drawings. We kind of combined them to build an interesting storyline that we did have to throw that away because it was supernatural. But so right now we're kind of leaning into non-supernatural, but scary.
Well, you say we don't need a plot, and at the same time you're saying we shouldn't do Fight Club.
I'm saying we do need a plot.
Which is a prepared
we
plot.
do need a plot.
We can refashion and dress it up differently.
I'm saying we do need a plot.
Doesn't have to be a period piece, but unrecognizable.
I'm saying if we make something and you come out and it's like a Fight Club thing and you're Brad Pitt, you're like, people are gonna make fun of us. It's not, we don't have the ability to make something like actiony or badass. Like we have the ability maybe to make something creepy.
Well, what if the fighting is all in...
Fighting who? There's no other person.
What if the fighting's all in his head?
You are the only actor right now in this thing. If we use a Steadicam, or if we use like a tripod, I can act in it too. There can be two people max no matter what. 2 people maximum in any given shot. And that's a stagnant shot.
If we think we can have a DIY enough version of the technology, we can try to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the opponent of the fight. We've ruled out a few things like time travel, Freaky Friday type of parascience, ghosts, no ghosts. So like a bottle rocket where they're all the same person. And like where they maybe escape to is that basement, the Fight Club basement. But that's on their head.
So like Wes Anderson-y, but kind of scary.
Like A24 Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
And we keep that in the Fight Club model of they're all the same person.
Yeah, I guess. We'll start
But
with
it's
that.
funny. It's gotta be
This
funny.
this dog is annoying the fuck out of me.
We still want it to be gritty, but it may be kind of a Wes Anderson kind of gritty or something a little bit lighter and spirited, which will be a challenge because I haven't done much acting, and I think that I'm 100% of the cast at this point.
The thing is, you're the one who's the most busy, so you being the lead may actually not be the smartest move as far as how much time we have to just get it done.
But if I know we're blocking the dates to shoot, I'll make sure that's the priority.
Will doesn't know that like this is as easy as it's going to get, because when we have to start filming, time is going to be scheduled out very incrementally, and anytime you got to walk your dog, that's on your own time. Right now, I'm dealing with it, but eventually he's going to have to learn what like a shooting schedule is, and he doesn't know anything about that kind of stuff. It's more achievable to do something kind of funny and weird than it is to do horror or anything that's going to require special effects or more than one actor or whatever.
We like scary, but we haven't done a lot of scary. What we know is funny and silly.
Right. People will believe us as comedy characters way more than if we're like trying to be scary or fighting. So
Right.
we should just let's go with that. Let's move on with that.
The Fight Club element could be the other. Fight Club 2 lives in the basement like Parasite. Like Parasite lives in the basement, and Fight Club 2 can also live in the basement. Well, Fight Club 2 would have the basement.
We've
role.
already decided that Fight Club is not what we're basing this on, because we've altered it now to comedy. So no, Fight Club is now not involved, in my opinion, at all. To be quite honest.
I think we need to keep it on. We need to keep it just kind of tacked to the edge and not forget about it.
You
If
have
follow
to be
me.
okay. You have to be okay with letting go of Fight Club, because
Yeah, and I can do that, but I don't want to let go of the convention of Fight Club, which is the split personality.
it's a good thing when you hit certain walls, because then you find out where you can and cannot go. Right now, we hit a wall, we went the other way, and I'm pretty excited about it at this point. If we don't use the basement, we don't use the basement. That's another
And
project.
we
That's a
can't-
totally. We can do a different project about that.
We can't really
Eventually.
That's not a comedy basement. We can. If,
Right.
if we go comedy, we got to lose the basement.
We can put that like in the books as a location for something scary to do at some point, but for this, we'll nix the basement.
Keep it. Yeah. Or maybe we use it. Because I'll be finishing with A Breach of Decency and starting with Fight Club as kind of a narrative model. Everything in between is all the fun. I think that it's safe to say that it's only going to get easier because we're really doing the important work before. There's a lot of writing to do, but that is true of any writing project.
That's real.
No. That's wait, show me that again.
The snake. I think they sped it up, but it's crawling up a tree.
Oh my God.
As long as we keep the right attitudes, I think we're gonna make something really cool.